Oscar Otter builds his very own slide, far up in the mountains. No one can bother him there. Not even his family. But Oscar doesn't know he is in danger. His enemy, the fox, is watching. But what the fox doesn't know is that someone is watching him. Oscar was a young otter. He lived by the side of a pond. With the other otters, he would often play on the otter slide, coming down the bank with a great rush, going splash into the water. One day when he was on the slide alone, he came to a corner and smack, he ran right into a tree. "What's the big idea?" Oscar asked a beaver. "That tree is in my way." "Sorry," said the beaver. "But winter's coming and I have to build a house." He began to chew down another tree. Oscar told his father what had happened. "So build another slide," said his father. His mouth full of fish. "There are lots of places." "All right, I will," said Oscar. "I'll show that beaver. I'll build a slide that goes way up into their mountains, there." "I wouldn't do that," his father replied. "You'll get too far from the water." "Who needs water?" said Oscar. "You need water," his father said. "Other animals will catch you if you go too far away." But Oscar didn't listen. He began to build a secret slide. "I won't tell anyone," he said. "Then no one can catch me." He built it up and up, through the woods and into a mountain. It took a long time. At the end of each day he would come down the slide. When, at last, he had built his slide as far as it would go, he looked around and saw the land below him, spread over like a map. "This looks interesting," he said. "I think I'll explore." He started off down the mountain. And pretty soon, he was lost. All the trees looked alike. He couldn't tell where he had come from. Then he had a bright idea. "I came down to heal," he said. "So if I go up the hill again, I'll find my slide." He started up the hill, but there was something he didn't know. He was being watched by a fox, who in his turn, was being watched by a wolf, who was being watched by a mountain lion, who, if you can believe it, was being watched by a moose who thought he was in a circus parade. The moose gave a moose call, to see if there was another moose in the parade. Honk! This made all the other animals jump. The fox jumped at Oscar. The wolf jumped at the fox. And a mountain lion leaped at the wolf. But Oscar had found this slide and he jumped onto it, followed by all the others. Except a moose who thought they were crazy, and walked away. As Oscar came near the pond, there was a sharp turn. And another tree that the beaver had cut down. "Help!" cried Oscar. "Please help me." Quick as a flash, the beaver made a ramp with his tail and Oscar zoomed over. The beaver hurried off. The others crashed into the tree. But Oscar landed safely in the pond. "You're late for supper," his father said. "Where have you been?" "Late?" said Oscar. "I almost was supper, a fox's supper." "Next time," said his father, "will we try to be not quite so smart?" What next time? Replied Oscar. I am happy right here where I am.